I want people to remember what they used to feel like when they were young. And I want them to think about when you're young and you don't have the responsibilities you have as an adult. Not to say, you don't need to have responsibilities, but I want people to remember that you are more than your job. You are more than your bank account. You are more than the degree you have in your pocket. You are more than the house you live in. And I want people to remember that when you were young, the world was full of infinite possibilities and you had momentum. A Friday night with nothing to do on a Saturday and Sunday, that was full of possibility. I want people to listen to my music and get back to that feeling of, I can do anything. I'm an infinite being. I may have $20 in my pocket, but I can go anywhere I want to go. I can do anything I want to do. My dreams are worthwhile. My dreams are worth pursuing.
Hey, I'm Jade Ellison, a multi-passionate creative based out of New York City who's obsessed with personal development and anything business, from marketing, branding, creating online programs to launches, and helping you step into your true self so that you can share your gifts with the world. Gain insights with manifesting, creating life on purpose, and get ready to elevate yourself in ways that will surprise even you. Included in your weekly dose of inspiration, get ready to be entertained, uplifted, and encouraged to take action with simple and easy to apply tips, tools, and strategies that fit into your busy daily life, sprinkled with some woo-woo along the way. From embracing your confidence to mastering success habits, setting achievable goals, and ways to harness positive mindsets and beliefs so that you can kick self-doubt and your inner critic to the curb where they belong. Whatever's on the topic call sheet, I'll help you navigate the raw, messy, and sometimes hilarious truths of achieving success, abundance, and happiness, all while encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. So think of me as your go-to girlfriend, talking over some coffee, getting real, and giving you some amazing advice to go from hot mess to thriving success. This is the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. I had so much fun with our guest this week. Make sure you check out this bonus recap for the special episode highlights. Grab a pen, a pad, and let's jump straight in. So, Bailey, I love where all of this is going. Would you mind just sharing, it was basically when you were like 12 when you started journaling and gathering, like you said earlier in the episode, and putting all of those notes together. And I like that you record your voice into your voice memos in your phone. I have a lot of not just clients, but friends in my life who say, I don't like the sound of my voice. And I think, oh my goodness, I love the sound of your voice. Your voice is what makes you you. It's your instrument. So can you share the process of gathering and recording a voice memo, even hear back what you're going to say?
Mm-hmm.
And then also you had mentioned before we started recording this particular episode, you had said something about an online vocal coach who you literally warm up your voice 20 minutes to before you sing. And I warm up my voice 5 minutes before, but I didn't realize a 20-minute session prior to even doing something like this on a podcast or singing or speaking. I mean, you're not going to hear me sing, but you know what I mean? Like how it helps. So whichever one you want to talk about first.
Yeah. So there's a guy on YouTube and he's also on Spotify. His name is Jeff Rolka, Rolka. And he does these warm-ups, which you can listen to for free on YouTube for all kinds of singers or even just people who just want to improve their speaking voice. And I was just looking through YouTube one day, looking through like a basic warm-up. This was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And I was like, I just need something to like get my voice in shape before I sing. And I found it, and he just goes through scales and stuff and does these things to help stretch your muscles and your voice and get it ready to sing. And it was great. And I just use that whenever I am getting ready to sing. And trust me, by the end of the 20 minutes, your voice is tired. So he really just puts you through the ringer. But I just sing along. I put it on my phone. I listen to the YouTube app and I just hit play and I just sing along while I'm in the bathroom getting ready or something. And that's it. And it's easy to do.
Cool. So you get tired from the vocal exercise. How long would you suggest anybody who might listen before they start recording music, or if someone's listening who wants to go do a talk, like how long after you do that vocal prep would you share to wait prior to actually doing the event itself?
It depends on how active you are with your voice. If you're someone who sings or speaks professionally, you're probably going to be okay with just doing a warm up and then going right into whatever you're doing. It'll be okay. But if you're someone who is new to performing, you probably want to spend a good 30 minutes warming up your voice and then resting for a little bit, because it is a muscle. And I see all these people who abuse their voice when they're singing, and they're drinking while they're singing a song at the bar or something like that. And that's just horrible on your voice.
I could imagine, especially drinking.
Yeah.
I mean, that just will dehydrate you.
Yeah. Yeah. And they'll just do shots of liquor while they're singing.
Wow.
And see, I have studied with people and I've seen the effects of like what happens when you don't take care of your voice. And I'm just like, if you want to do this for 20 years, you need to treat your voice like you're an athlete. Even if you're not a singer, if you speak professionally, treat this whole area like you're an athlete and you're training for a game, because that's what it is, you know? So
I love that.
yeah.
Absolutely. Our body is our temple. We have to treat it with care, because who else will?
Yeah.
I 100% agree. And then what would you say when it comes to acting on inspirations? You must have notebooks upon notebooks of gathering ideas for songs and putting it together and putting phrases together. What would you say is that spark that really gives you that inspiration to say, ooh, I'm going to put this with this, kind of like ingredients in the kitchen when it comes to baking something or cooking something?
Mm-hmm.
And like, at what point are you putting together an entire song? Is it in sections? Does it happen all at one time, like a divine download? Or is it more so something that happens after meditation? Because I know that you meditate. We talk about meditating. I think meditation is one of the number one key ways to align with your personal intuition.
It's so important. It's so critical for the human body.
It is so critical for the human body.
Yeah. I mean, meditation, grounding yourself in nature, it is just, I cannot function without meditation and grounding myself. I wake up every single day and I do morning affirmations, and I try to go outside and just put my feet in the grass and just feel the earth. I try not to think about anything. I don't think about what I'm worried about, what I'm doing that day. I clear my mind and I do my meditations. And real meditation to me, it's about just being still and appreciating stillness and appreciating where you are in your life, where you are in your body, and just canceling out all the noise around you in your head, electronics, everything. And to me, that's true meditation, because then you can hear the voice inside you that is your true intuition, your true higher self. From everything else, that's when you can hear what's going on in here. And I try to do that every single day. So to answer your question.
That's beautiful. I love that. I feel like meditation is just part of my daily self-care. It's like brushing my teeth and washing my hair. I know not everybody washes their hair every day, but I do. So I really love how you bring it to the present moment and how you ground yourself. I have to ground myself more. So what Bailey means with grounding yourself with the earth, there's a lot of magnetic frequencies from our cell phones, from using electronics all the time. We're constantly bombarded by the wireless phone towers, 5G, light, whatever it is that our cell phones use.
So much. Yeah.
And when you are barefoot and you could find a nice clean patch of grass to stand on, what happens is there's hertz that Mother Earth puts off. And I'll look for the actual resonant amount. I believe it's like 250. I could be wrong, but I'll check and I'll put that in the show notes. And when you stand with your bare feet on the ground, what that does, it resets our chakra systems of how to meditate via Bailey's.
I think that's wonderful, because there's so much stuff out there that's just like, it blows it up into something else. And I'm just like, that's fine, but that's not, I mean, they just make it seem like it's like this Olympic feat that you have to do privately. And I'm just like, that's not it. It's so much easier than what you're making it out to be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I feel like whether you want to say you're spiritual or you want to say you're religious, what it comes down to is the love within yourself and the connection with others. So I'm not trying to put labels on anything. If you don't even want to call it meditation, you just want to call it centering yourself, or you just want to call it being with yourself. I'm not here to say there's only one way to call it or one way to do it. So I love that you actually shared. It doesn't have to be this big event.
No.
It's just find a way to connect with yourself and do that.
And do that. And do that.
And do that.
Do what feels good to you. Learn to strengthen that connection within yourself. Learn to strengthen your intuition. Learn to strengthen your gut feelings, because that is yourself speaking to you and letting you know what you need to do in your life. And it's just as simple as that, you know?
That's beautiful, Bailey. I love that.
It's just easy. And I know if you're listening to this podcast and you're thinking, I don't know what the hell he's talking about, that's okay. I promise you that's okay. I was there. Jade's been there. I spent years listening to all these people tell me what meditation is, and you have to get a clear space, and you have to get these crystals, and you have to get this special mat, and you have to dim the lights and light 40 candles. And like, I'm like, listen, I love candles. I love crystals. I have them around my apartment all the time. I know that if I want to use one, I can. If I want to light a candle, I can, but I'm perfectly fine sitting out in the grass under a tree, listening to the sounds of the birds and knowing everything is okay. I'm okay. That's really what it comes down to, is you're okay.
You are.
You're on the path you're supposed to be on, and you're going to be okay.
That was incredible, Bailey. I love that so much. So before I close out our episode, which was incredible, I would just love to know where you're headed. What would be an ideal for you? And what could you share with our listeners who may be in a place and they feel like, oh, I'm not sure if it's this, but they're just waiting for a door to open up to be like that big yes, like it was for you with retro. Share that.
Yeah. Before I get there, I do want to touch on something you brought up about what inspires me really quickly.
Oh, please take your time.
I use nostalgia for me because I love 80s and 90s pop culture. I use nostalgia in my music because the meaning behind all of that, which is what I'm working on with my modern 80s projects, Bailey and the Starfighters, I want people to remember what they used to feel like when they were young. And I want them to think about when you're young and you don't have the responsibilities you have as an adult. Not to say, you don't need to have responsibilities, but I want people to remember that you are more than your job. You are more than your bank account. You are more than the degree you have in your pocket. You are more than the house you live in. And I want people to remember that when you were young, the world was full of infinite possibilities and you had momentum. A Friday night with nothing to do on a Saturday and Sunday, that was full of possibility. I want people to listen to my music and get back to that feeling of, I can do anything. I'm an infinite being. I may have $20 in my pocket, but I can go anywhere I want to go. I can do anything I want to do. My dreams are worthwhile. My dreams are worth pursuing. And we feel that when we're young, and then somewhere along the way, when we grow up, we lose that. And we think, I can't live my dream. I can't do this because I don't have enough money. I can't be in love because nobody's going to love me because I don't love myself. And we start to take on all of this stuff, and it just weighs us down and weighs us down and weighs us down. And we forget that joy that we had when we were younger. So I use nostalgia to bring people back to that state of being where anything is possible in your life. And that's always my goal every time I write a song. How does this make the listener feel? If this instrument does not evoke a feeling, if the way I'm singing this line, if this lyric does not make me feel a certain way, I throw it out until I find something that sparkles to the listener, which takes them to a state of feeling, you know what? I can do anything I want to do. I am a limitless being. So
that was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Wow. Thank you for that incredible.
You're welcome.
Incredible share. I feel like that will resonate with a lot of our listeners and resonates with me. And that's why I freaking love you so much. I feel so blessed that our friendship not only became closer, but it has evolved and that it continues to support one another. So that's beautiful. I love that. I love it so much.
You're very welcome. And just to your last question, I just want to say to the listeners,
yeah,
I know that there's a lot going on in the world right now, and a lot of people are scared. And I literally can wake up and I can feel how afraid people are driving down the road, and people are worried about paying their rent, and they're worried about how they're going to put their kids in school. They're worried about their jobs and they're worried about everything. And I just want to let everybody know that this is not the end for us. I feel like we're on the beginning of something magical as a people and in the world. And I want to tell everybody that no matter what you see on the news or no matter what they're telling, just learn how to go within and learn to listen to yourself and learn how to trust that you're going to be okay. Your family's going to be okay. We're going to be okay. And if you can extend that love to people around you, I feel like that's when we're really going to change the world as a people through small acts of kindness, through helping each other.
I love that.
I feel like that's where it's going to begin. I feel like that's already begun in that way. So,
yeah. Because the basis of life is to live, to love, and to share. So that was incredible. I am so thankful that you came on this episode and shared your brilliance with your music and your evolution and inspiration with just creating and also to trust ourselves. I love that. So I'm going to leave our listeners with an incredible quote. Happiness consists not of having, but of being. It is a warm glow of the heart at peace with itself. David O. McKay. And that was a perfect tie-in to everything that you said, that all is okay, that everything's going to be okay. So to recap this incredible episode with my very close friend, brilliant musician, Bailey Poteat, him stepping into his brilliance as a musician, creating from a place of inspiration, gathering the information, acting on it, aligning with the right people, showing up and practicing, even if no one else is going to see your work, and aligning with yourself through meditation in whatever way that you want to call it. But just align with your truth, with who you are. And just remember that the basis of life is to live, to love, and to share. So thank you so much, Bailey. I am so thankful for you.
You are so welcome. I am so thankful for you. You are such a dear friend of mine. And I don't know. I can't say enough about you. I just think the world of you. I know. It's just.
I think the world of you. I'm going to start crying right now. I'm so curious which one of the highlights from this special guest resonated with you the most. Circle that and give it some thought over the next 24 to 48 hours. And if it applies to you, make sure you put it into action, because knowledge plus inspiration equals incredible results. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. That was awesome. We appreciate you. Stay committed to your vision, take consistent action, and know that great things are on the other side of that door. Because remember, only you hold the key to unlock your dream life. So why not start today? I'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Can I just say, you're awesome. You just finished an episode of the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. If you like this episode, feel free to leave a nice review and rate it 5 stars if you found it helpful. But if not, please don't rate it 4 stars. Just ignore this part. However, if you did like it, make sure you share it with a friend who may find some value in the topics discussed today. Be sure to share it with them, because you never know who you could uplift. Also, if you want more, check out the show notes in the description, which would include any links that may have been mentioned in this episode. Are you still listening? Are you waiting for a blooper reel? That'd be a really fun idea to throw in at times. But seriously, are you tired of foggy mornings? Go to jadeellison.com to grab your ultimate caffeine-free boost to supercharge your mornings for success. That's right, your empowered morning mindset checklist. Your great day is just a thought away. Okay, let's go. Oh, we're recording right now.
Okay. I'm ready.
Like, it's literally recording.
All right. I'm on it.
That's great.
I'm on it.
So we'll do, like, I like to use the bloopers too. So like, we'll also put something in.
Yeah.
Awesome. He, who. What do you do to practice your voice? Do you do like A, E, 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 E? What do you do?
There's a guy, he's on YouTube. His name is Jeff Rolka, Rolka, and he's a voice teacher, and he's got a ton of free warm-up videos for singers.
Let's talk about that. I want to talk about that in the episode.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Don't have milk before you.
No. I'm drinking coffee along with water. So.
Okay, that's good. You ready?
I'm ready.